Guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a new video. You had to miss me yesterday because of some private stuff that I need to do, but we are back today, the day after the Fed interest rate hike, and there was a lot of volatility yesterday. We absolutely skyrocketed. To be honest, I did not expect it, but it was interesting to see. We are going to dive into the charts because we are again in a critical make or break point. We just looks like we swing just from one to another break or a make or break point. It's kind of interesting actually what we have seen in the last 2 weeks. Before we do, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, click on the bell, click on all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think that's useful. Also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are also down here in the description. And now without further ado, let's start diving in. And we are going to look at the BTC USD pair on the 4 hourly, and as you can see, small recap, we said that we are riding down right here to the golden pocket and then we just bounce up heavily, and now we are at the golden pocket of this move all the way up here. So from measured here from the top to the bottom, we go up, then this is our golden pocket. Approximately 23,000. Now why is this a make or break moment? Well, the reason is because a lot of people could address this price point right here in the chart to say, you know what, I'm going to take my profits after yesterday and we are going lower. That will on a macro also make a fat lower high, and then people say, you know what, we had a retracement, went back up, failed, and now we are really into bear mode again. And I think if we are now really going lower, then we are going to break this golden pocket, the point of control, and really going nuking south all the way to those lows, approximately here at 19 or 18k. Not there yet at the moment, so we're taking it day by day, level by level, trade by trade. If we are going higher, of course, then we have a small top here, but actually the bigger one that is approximately here at, let's say, 24,000. That is the one that I am looking out for. If we would break that, remember, as in I think the video was last week, that we have a golden pocket here above us, approximately 25,000. That is also there's also a wick, if I'm not mistaken. And that is then measured all the way from a Monday right here in the chart to the exact bottom right here. That's this wick right here, and then to rise all the way up is here approximately 25k. I think that is also, no, I want to say there's a wick here, but that is just above. So at least that's then the golden pocket that I'm looking out for. Would we surpass that, then I think it's a swift move up to approximately 29k, and then we're getting back into this trading range right here. I think that the price will stand and fall and move with the market. So the question is, can the S&P push much further higher or not? And that I think will determine if we will go higher. And of course also the dollar index. We'll not go over it today. But that is at least for now the price levels that I'm looking out for. On the downside, we could say, you know what, there is now a little bit of a box right here. You can see that there's quite some candles. We also have some macro value area highs on this level. That's where we are now right above. We just blasted through yesterday, went very, very hard. Like I said, I actually expected us to go lower. Reason for that being is that there is an interest rate hike, and with the last interest rate hikes there was always more downwards action, but kind of everyone was already expecting it, and some people were even expecting a 1% interest rate hike, and therefore that people were expecting even worse. That didn't happen, and now you're kind of seeing that major push up, and that was from yesterday more than 10%, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, exactly 10%. Well, to be honest, I didn't went long here. The reason why is because this exact golden pocket was breached, as you can see here on the 4 hourly candle, and I was really looking at the close of the 4 hourly, and once we closed that 4 hourly candle underneath the golden pocket, I thought, you know what, especially with that meeting coming up tomorrow, why would I burn my hands? Because you might go much more further south. Also at that moment the money flow was pretty low. We had an extra wave to the downside. It was getting pretty late in my regional time. I was like, you know what, I'm just not gonna burn my fingers. Would I have taken the long? Then I would have absolutely made bank within 24 hours, but as always 2020 hindsight, what if. it's always a new day, it's always a new trade, but that was a bit of a bummer, of course, that I didn't, and now we're at this golden pocket, a little bit indecision right now, not in a trade, not specifically looking for a long or a short. I just first want to see this playing out, and I'm probably going to wait until New York open before I jump in. Then on the indicators here on the hourly, you can see that this was just a major spike up. RSIs are tied together. Usually they stay here up for a little bit. Money flow is coming nice in the green, so maybe we'll get another few waves up. That will absolutely then be more fuel for us to go higher, maybe revisit those tops. On the 4 hourly, looks like we might want to roll over a little bit, but look at here, we had of course these humps. So we can just roll over maybe for 1 or 2 4 hourly candles and then go higher again. Money flow looks a little bit better than it is before. The red period was just quite small, and the RSIs look pretty good. Nothing very special here on the 4 hourly. The daily then, let's see how we're doing there. Money flow still not in the green. It takes quite a long time, and it looks like after yesterday we are now printing a green dot. RSIs are very split though, so it looks like it's losing a little bit of steam. I'm afraid that this money flow, if we are going lower, is just going to roll over from the 0 point, and then we're going down again, and then who knows how deep we're going, but that is at least for now what I'm looking out for. So far the price action today, in case you're day trading, has been a little bit flat. I mean, yes, with a nice push, this was in the middle of the night for me, and now we're kind of going a little bit sideways. Here, of course, on the 15 minute, you see that there's a tremendous inflow of money. It would not surprise me if we maybe could come down a little bit to cool off from this major move. But like I said, everything is pretty news driven right now in this week, because there's so much earnings coming out, and consumer prices and all kinds of good stuff. So yeah, I think that will really push the price. Quickly then, the crypto bubbles, you can see we're fat in the green. That is of course happens after a day like that yesterday. Then quickly, the Fed rate hike from yesterday, that was 0.75%, as you can see. What I found interesting to see is that Jerome Powell said that we might start to slow hikes on the when they assess their impact, meaning that if they think like, hey, you know what, we're going maybe a little bit too fast, then we're just going to keep rising interest rates, but on a much slower pace. So then maybe 0.25. That probably also set the markets on fire, knowing that, like, you know what, we're taking a little bit slower. We are continuing, but we're doing a little bit slower. And therefore there is not as hard on the pedal or on the brake to go lower. Other interesting stuff is that they, let me scroll down a little bit. Job numbers so far, and job claims and everything has still been very good. So the labor market stays strong. Also kind of makes sense because it has a little bit of a rollover effect, meaning if they start rising interest rate now today, doesn't mean that tomorrow people get fired. The cost of money is going up. That will roll over into companies. That takes a few months, and then these companies need to assess, are we going to lay off people or not? And that's also then kind of in line with them saying, you know what, let's just stop raising the interest rates on a little bit of a slower pace, see what kind of effect we're getting into the market, because we know if we don't rise today, that we have an effect tomorrow. So they know there's a rollover effect of approximately 6 months. And then they want to look forward, and as you can see here, pretty beautiful in the chart is that the interest rate is pretty high, just as high as compared to pre-2020. They just want to say where are we right now, what do we have in the back, and then we can press forward from there on. So they're taking themselves the time, and they don't want to steer too hard into a recession. Everyone is now calling that the R word, so recession. Are we getting it? Are we not getting it? The question was also asked yesterday a few times, and I really felt like there was not really a direct answer. Their answer was officially, we think we can maneuver through this without getting into a recession. I think it's absolute BS. So that will be it for now. These are the levels that I am looking out for now. If there's anything interesting coming up, then of course I will update you in the meantime on Twitter and Instagram, so don't forget to follow me there. Sometimes I also post a handful of trades or trading setups, so if you like that kind of stuff, then definitely follow me there. Like I said, right now, not in any trade. I want to see first how this plays out. Maybe we get a nice divergence, or we're really rolling over, or we get another nice pump to the upside. Then I will probably jump in quite very fast. And then, of course, you know what I'm looking out for now. Alright guys, that will be it. Please do me a favor, show your appreciation by liking, subscribing, clicking the bell, clicking also so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends who think this is useful. Feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram like I already said. And I'll see you guys very soon again in the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.